Say yeah.
Seriously? You came here.
I want to fulfill my duties as a father.
I'm one of the models.
And you're Mr. Alan Ross?
No, but I'm his father.
Biologically, the man I consider my actual father couldn't be here.
Jason Alan Ross.
Aren't you popular in, like, France or something?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, right? Because it's not the U.S.
Exactly.
That's it. I'm done with comedy. I walked away from it.
Good, because I hate comedy.
We don't do a lot of comedy around the house. It's a serious time in the world these days. Not a lot of room for laughter.
Hey everyone, Sam Davidson here with MEA Worldwide, and I am here with one of the stars of Netflix's newest series, Huge in France. Welcome, Jordan Ver Hoeve.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Sam. I'm excited.
I just finished the show this morning.
Okay.
I loved it, and I really, really loved your character. You are an absolute hoot, but it's one of those things that are you supposed to be a hoot? Are you supposed to be funny? Are you supposed to be taking yourself seriously?
I think that I feel like the comedy is coming from that seriousness, which, is fun to portray that seriousness, because there's some guys that are truly sucked in, chill, don't talk to me, I got to do my set at the gym right now before you can do this. So it's, I was definitely I was playing up that hootiness, but it was so fun and satirical and in that dry comedy. So there was never ever a punchline, but there was you were like, that's funny because he's invested. He's a Zoolander.
Just that deadpan face. You're just waiting for you to kind of chuckle, and you don't because you're dead serious.
Someone modeling, I'm just like, why are you giggling? But yeah, it was definitely a fun role.
Well, I know that you are also a model in real life, right? You did some modeling before, and this is your first series.
This is my first big series, so I've been pursuing acting for a while, and then you have your little small stuff. You do what you can. You pick up a phone with your friends. You do student films until you get to this point where you book a big gig and kind of takes off. But yeah, it was. I started off as a model and then transitioned into the acting. I found so much substance and passion and love for it to play these different characters and play opposites and with modeling you're more used for your image rather than what you can bring to the camera verbally, physically. So it was a cool transition for sure.
So how did you land it? Just like any normal audition, callback, that kind of thing? Were they looking for someone that did have experience in modeling?
Yeah, so they were maybe not so much they never said we want someone who's a model, but they wanted a model-looking person. So it's okay. Now you can get typecasted really easily for being oh, he's just an actor model. He's just a pretty face. Mm-hmm. So when you get an audition where it's no, we want kind of that look, it's oh, let's jump on it. I read the script. I read the audition. It was I loved it. Immediately I was like, this is amazing. I actually had no clue. It didn't list the network initially. I was like, oh, it's probably just a small, $125 a day SAG minimum job. Yeah. And so I'd read it and I was like, my manager, Tristan Marin at LA Management was like, this role is set up perfectly for you. Even they're come in a tank top. I'm like, well, cool, I'll do it. And so I just, process was just reading any other audition, 3 scenes with casting. Casting was awesome. Right off the bat, I just had good vibes, and so I was very fortunate to get this role where they did want that image, and also with such great writing and work from the producers and writers behind it, it was just I was like, yes, this is it. I got good vibes. I feel it. Let's do it.
And the cast was fantastic. You guys all worked together so well. Were you guys close, behind the scenes? Because I know it was kind of a passion project for Gad, It must have been cool to kind of get to know him in those different ways.
Yeah, it was really cool because I always tell people, when I'm going to set, when I'd leave home to go to set, I felt like I wasn't leaving home. I was going home. Set it felt good. We felt like a family. We had a show. I went to Gad's show a couple months after we filmed the series, and I was like, I get to see my family tonight. I haven't seen them in forever. So filming was such a great cast. I was very very fortunate. They did a really good job putting us all together.
And then all of these cameos throughout the entire thing. I mean, you're watching it and I go, is that John Stamos on a TV, on my TV, on a TV? Yeah. Was that ever a surprise?
No, it's Marco. Remember?
Of course, Marco.
Yeah, you got to watch the show if you don't get it. You got to watch it.
Well, one of the great things about the show too, though, is especially if you live in Los Angeles and you're part of this industry, it's a little bit sad because it's very real.
It is. There's a lot of you feel bad for some of the characters in the show. I don't know how much I should reveal for those who haven't seen it yet, but there's definitely some highs and lows. Just like there are. I mean, I've been very low and then I've been very high with this industry, so it's very relatable.
I definitely think you lived up to every expectation and more. It's such a great show, and it ends on a bit of a cliffhanger. Is it a possibility that you think there could be a second season?
Oh, I think it's really possible. I mean, for me personally, of course, I absolutely would love a second season just due to the experience. The story can easily continue. It's in the hands of Netflix at the moment, but that's all, put those thumbs up on Netflix, shout it out, do what you can, and let's hope.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. And everyone, make sure to check out Huge in France. It is on Netflix, all of the episodes. It's only 8 episodes, and they're really easy to watch. So go binge and have fun. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Who's this guy?
This is Gad. He's cool.
Doesn't look cool.
What? Yeah, he's French. It's fine.